Hey, Matt. Hey, Greg or Matt. Greg. Anybody want to score? I got it here. Hey, welcome. Just scrambling together here. I might have started it here, but I don't know. I think it's all the same. With that. Oh, maybe you can still do it from your phone. Anyways, welcome everybody here. We're just getting started. Scrimmage against Mahtomedi. First shift out. Is, let's see, Kanan, Brown, and Homstall at forward. Jeffers and Wilson are your defenders. Wilson working his way through, looking for Kanan out front. Brown gets a sub as Hasselfelt comes in. And offsides. All right, 1 minute into this one. A bit of a scrambled start. But we're rolling. The boys have been down for a week or so. Merry Christmas, everybody, as we get back into action here. Prentice and Nicollet are your defenders now. LaRose, along with Meade and Hasselfelt, are your forwards. Just off the blue line there as Prentice retreats, trying to work his way back in. Finds Nicollet. Nicollet, cross-ice pass, has Hasselfelt. Hasselfelt dumps, chases. He and LaRose will come into this near corner. The Mahtomedi defender gets it out, or at least temporarily so. Nicollet chops it in. Mahtomedi in to neutral ice. Across the blue line and dumps it in. Prentice on it. Chips it out to Hasselfelt. Hasselfelt to Meade, right on his stick. Meade working his way around. Kurth now in as Jeffers skates away with that through neutral ice and dumps that one back. Hard break on that for Clavin, but Mahtomedi skates through it. 3-on-2 opportunity here. Centering pass out front, broken up by Jeffers. Here comes Clavin up the near side, looking for Altschul. The scramble at center ice. Back to Altschul. He dumps that in. Near side, Wilson tries to jump a pass there. Kurth rips one across, nobody home. Mahtomedi regains control. Nice little give and go as that comes back. Ooh, nice opportunity there for the Zephyrs. Shut down by Jeffers. Jeffers shuts down the Zephyrs. I like that. I'll beat that to death today. I guarantee it. All right, now Wilson regroups, working his way up, finds an edge, turns that over to the Zephyrs, and here comes Jeffers near side corner, chips it forward. Homstall on it, nothing doing though. Oh, turnover deep. Jeffers regroups, chips it forward to Homstall. Homstall skates past it, leaves it in zone. Nice little give and go there. Just ends up a bit deep. And out comes Wilson. Early dump there. I think we probably could have skated that one at least to the red line, dumped it, and got our change. Instead, we'll get the change of deep in zone here. 10:55 remains in the first. In a scoreless first couple of shifts here. Homstall, Brown, and Kanan in, along with Nicollet and Prentice. Nice little backhander up, picked up by Kanan. Kanan tries to dangle his way in, stays on temporarily, however, broken up by the Zephyr defender. And now we've got a 2-on-1 here coming for Mahtomedi. Nicollet splits that difference nicely, slows that thing up, and save for, and I don't even know, shame on me, haven't mentioned Mr. Buell in net. Several saves so far early on. 10:30 left here in the first. Puck hung up in the middle, not ideal. Try to get that out. Nicollet tries to skate free with it. Prentice does scoot through, gets to LaRose. LaRose plays it up the boards to himself. Comes in, flips one in. That goes off a skate of a Mahtomedi defender into the boards. Mead to Prentice, back to Mead. Little give and go opportunity there as Mead tries to get his hands free. Scoots in the middle. LaRose turns, fires. That goes off a blocker wide right. Nicola now in from the other side. Nothing there. Prentice breaks on it. Just gets enough of that one to slow down a Zephyr. Nicollet finds Hasselfeld near side. Wilson dangles, finds his way in. Going to skate through everybody. Tries to get his hands free, breaks on it there by the Zephyr defender as he recovers back. Clavin now into the corner, looking to get a piece of the body as the Zephyr struggle to get it out. Centering pass there by Kurth. Nobody home. Good little scoring out there as now Jeffers retreats. Skates this through neutral ice. Chips one into zone temporarily. Turned around here by Mahtomedi. That back to neutral ice, and Wilson has room up the near side. Wilson dumps that off the back. Kurth is on it. He skates through, looking for some life. Nice centering pass there. Looking for Homstall on the crease. And that gets all the way through as the Zephyrs now regroup. Try to flip one up as I think they might got a little speed in this guy. They're trying to leak out a forward. Kane and Homstall and Brown now your forwards. Prentice and Nicollet at D. Mahtomedi controls this initial draw as Nicollet turns it around at the red line. Backhand tries to dump it in. Shut down by the Zephyrs. Brown now on it. Here comes the Zephyrs the other way. Broken up nicely by Prentice. Prentice to Homstall. Homstall whiffs on one near side, and that's dumped back in by the Zephyrs. Prentice now will play it on the far boards. That gets picked off. Nicollet gives one up near side, and a save by Buell. Just some lazy pucks up front here, giving some scoring opportunities as Kanan looks for Brown. That comes out Prentice to Homstall near side now. Kanan bodies into the corner. Nothing but Trojans on the far side as Brown has it with a chance to play it. Flips that up to Kanan. Kanan has room. Just a little hot off his stick. Loses control and turned around there by the Zephyrs. There, a little hard work by Homstall. Tries to create a turnover at the blue line. Nothing doing. Turn around by the Zephyrs. Now they skate up the left-hand side. That is deposited and returned by Nicollet out to neutral ice. Offsides here will give a chance for some fresh skaters, at least for the Trojans, as Mead, LaRose, and Hasselfeld are in. Wilson and Jeffers back on D. Hasselfeld battles out on the far side. Pushes into zone. Picked up back by Hasselfeld as Meade got involved. Hasselfeld to Wilson. Wilson doesn't quite get enough on that one. Out to LaRose. Turned back in by the Zephyrs. Wilson will try again. Now he's looking for Hasselfeld. Hasselfeld has room. Coming right up Broadway here. Looks for LaRose. LaRose tries to chip one back to the center. Gets it to Hasselfeld. Hasselfeld dangles through center ice. Turned back over to the Zephyrs. The Zephyrs now regroup as Meade tries to break on one. Jeffers to LaRose to Meade. Nice little pass there. Meade trying to find some space. Closed on by a couple Zephyr defenders. Shut down there. Kurth has a chance at it on the far side. Overskates it. That gets dumped back in. Jeffers back on it. Has Meade. Ulchel pokes one into neutral ice. Closed on. Jeffers, nice pass up to Ulchel. Ulchel has a little room near side. Has Clavin. Clavin battling back behind. And that gets flipped up. Played nicely here at neutral ice. Played out temporarily. Kurth has it far side, and he dumps that back in. Change coming here for the Trojans. Homstall on, plays that backhanded in, has a little bit of space, turns, fires, and that one goes high up and over the net. 4:30 left here. First scoring opportunity for the Trojans in a little while from Homstall coming across. Stick got that one up and over the top. Now Brown plays it near side with Nicollet. Nicollet skates that free. That is a high one up and over the shoulder of Homstall and the goalie, missing a little wide right. That gets played in hard by Prentice and deflected up into the net. Good little flurry there for the boys that put a little bit of pressure on, maintained some puck control, so we'll take it. Kanan now on the draw with Brown and Homstall. Full change there. Nicollet along with Prentice, and that gets by Nicollet. 2-on-1 situation. Looks low and saved by Buell with a little kick save there. Played back out, and Homstall tries to dangle in. Chops that out. Finds Kanan. Kanan working his way through. High puck. Up top, Kanan turns, fires. Homstall near side, has a little bit of net right side, misses a little further right as Jeffers tries to punch one back in. Homstall recovers to Kanan, out in front, nothing doing there. Good save. The boys were on the doorstep with an opportunity. Hard ice pass across. Brown to Homstall. Homstall has space up the right side. Tries to lean. Cuts a corner off, but he does come inside. And the Zephyrs retreat to hold that one up, at least temporarily, as they work their way through neutral ice. Back to Homstall. Homstall now with room. Great energy out of Homstall right now. He is all over the ice. Back on it again. Has a chance at it. Hasselfeld trying to get a piece of it as well. The boys want to overrun something here as Wilson now regroups at neutral ice, has a little bit of space on his own, and he pumps that back in. Nice little lead pass up. LaRose working his way up. Overruns it just a little bit. Backhand, forehand, as Meade is there to chap at it and covered. LaRose just skated away from that one a little bit on a breakaway opportunity. Mead followed up with a little chance of his own and chopped away at one, nothing doing. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left here in a scoreless first. Clavin, Altschul, and Kurth are your forwards here. Prentice and Nicolet back. Wins that one back to Prentice. Prentice snaps one in, and that goes wide left. That gets waved off as Prentice gets to it in time. And here comes Altschul up the far side. That gets flipped in. Kurth chasing into the far corner. Altschul will try to cut him off near side. It does scoot through. Clavin there to back him up. And then Prentice behind him chops that back in. Clavin now has a piece of it near corner. Clavin trying to play physical. That ends up scooting out for the Zephyrs. And the Zephyrs have numbers. 2-on-1 back here with Prentice. Flipped in. Rebound hard off the pads. Gets flipped up. And here comes Kurth. Kurth's got room. Cross the red line. Comes in. Blue line. Gets tied up on the far boards as the Zephyrs turn that around. Now through neutral ice. They don't have numbers, but they get there and they dump that back in, stymieing that scoring opportunity for the Trojans. Ooh, tough pass there, as there's a lot of ice and a lot of Zephyrs in between here and that centering pass. Zephyrs maintain some control, and here comes Brown. Brown to Homstall. Homstall trying to get something, to weave something through there to Kanan, but Brown gets a piece of it. A little snapper there, goes wide right and gloved. 39 seconds left here in the first. Offensive zone draw here. Kanan will take it along with Brown, Homstall, Wilson, and Jeffers. Be good to win one here and slap one in here to finish this first. Kanan hacks away at it. Homstall into the corner to play it. Brown now working his way over. He does find a piece of it. Leans one in. Gets some room to Jeffers. Comes over to Wilson. Wilson overruns that one, but gets it back again. Can't quite get free. Centering pass comes through, and the Zephyrs try to work their way out. Not very quickly, but Jeffers comes in. At what level can you touch up?
High school and Bantam.
That's it? I feel like we could do that here, and it would flow the game a little bit.
Actually, I think they might have changed Bantam AA to high school.
Just high school? So Bantam AA's can't touch up? Okay. And that's the end of the first. We'll take a 1-minute break here and a scoreless first. Pretty even skate. It's been back and forth here for the boys. We'll take a little break and we'll be back with you in just a bit.
He goes back out.
Oh, we got all kinds of. All right, starting the second here, we're going to roll with Mead, LaRose, and Hasselfelt are your forwards. Prentice and Nicolet back on D, and Mr. Buell, of course, in net. 15 fresh minutes and period 2. Mahtomedi pushes that one forward. Eventually regains control and dumps that one in. Hasselfeld retreats. Tries to dump it back, looking for Nicollet. Nicollet to Hasselfeld. Hasselfeld chops one forward, looking for Mead. Mead tries to punch one through the skates of the Zephyr and finally does. Now Hasselfeld up the far side. Leans one in. Oh, a little backhander there. Got that on net and a save for the Zephyrs. Now the Zephyrs come up through neutral ice. Dump and chase one in themselves. Recovers. Puts one up off the wing and a save for Buell. So what was the situation? Like what actually happened?
We don't know yet, but something, it's called something fracture. Some kind of a Vulcan fracture in somewhere here. I don't know if
Clavin now in, along with Altschul and Kurth. Jeffers and Wilson back. And Clavin punches one through. Nice little hard ice pass looking for Kurth. Kurth back. Tries to find something in. And Wilson there. Clavin tries to turn. Oh, and Kurth turns, dials one off. And a kick save for the Zephyrs prevents goal number 1 for the Trojans there. Nice little push and offensive effort for the home team. Now Jeffers looks up, chops that one through. The Zephyrs recover. Here comes a forecheck on Altschul on the far side. That gets dumped in. Wilson backhands one up. Just a little hot there for Altschul as the Zephyrs punch that back in. Jeffers turns that around here near side. Back in, though, however, by Mahtomedi. Wilson now to Altschul. Altschul looking for Kurth on the near side, but that is recovered by the Zephyrs. The Zephyrs trying to work their way in now. They do temporarily. Altschul breaks that up, but it does scoot through and finally work their way into zone. That gets dumped in and deflected wide. 12:53 left here as Jeffers gets shut down there by the forecheck. Now gets to Clavin. Clavin tries to punch it in, and Kurth puts one on net. Zephyrs catch us in a bit of a change with the Trojans recover and save. Ooh, giving up a little deflection there for Buell, but they do get it out, and that flips up high and bounces up over the top. Might have been the most dangerous scoring chance there so far, and what has been a clean game is now the first penalty opportunity for the Trojans, and that does get touched as Buell hustles off in that penalty situation, trying to create an advantage before it officially starts. So at 12:29 left here in the first power play of the game so far will be enjoyed by the Trojans. Brown, Kanan, Homstall will be your forwards, along with Prentice and Nicollet back on D. Nicollet did draw that penalty. He stays in. It'd be nice to see a little bit there. And a nice hard wrister there from Prentice. Gets in on goal and saved by Mahtomedi. 12:05 left here in the second. 1:56 left in the power play. Kanan works his way through that draw. Comes back out. Prentice with another chance. Homstall trying to find a deflection. And that gets chopped out. Prentice on it. Prentice powers it in the far side. Draws a little contact in the far corner. Now Homstall there, and here comes Kanan, along with Nicollet to shut that down. Kanan to Nicollet. Nicollet flips one in. That goes wide to the right. And now Mahtomedi with room, at least, will break this one out to neutral ice. But a quick turn there as Kanan tries to dangle his way in. That gets shut down as the Zephyrs bank one off neutral ice. Back to Nicollet and re-entry again. That gets iced. So 56 seconds remain in the power play 11:05 left in the second. In come Mead, Hasselfeld, and LaRose. Wilson and Jeffers will be your defenders here. That is won by Mead. Mead turns, fires a backhander, and that goes wide left. And now the Zephyrs with a chance to skate back something shorthanded as Hasselfeld now skates free with it. Hasselfeld leans through, picked off by the Zephyrs. A little bit of space created there temporarily, and that gets broken up by Wilson. And here comes Mead. Mead looking to get far side. Skates past himself there, but does regroup. Chip one in, and that gets held up by the Zephyr defender. LaRose then backhands one in and turned over to the Zephyrs. And a nice little lead pass and a breakaway here for the Zephyrs. Great save by Buell as that short-handed opportunity for the Zephyr forward goes left-right, and a pad save comes out. Deflection save there, and we're back to even strength. Jeffers slows down progress on the near side. Mead comes in to get a piece of body, nothing doing. Over the Zephyrs now turn that around, and they enter the zone. Dump it into the far corner. Weird little carom there. That's the pick carom, isn't it? Get a blade stuck in there? Is it just the did the board just sticks out? That feels like that could be repairable. Jeffers intelligently holds and waits there. He could have dumped that back in. Boys were not on sides. Clavin bodies into the corner, but the Zephyrs come out, now have a 2-on-1 opportunity there with Nicollet. Nicollet holds off just enough, and the pass goes into the corner, allowing his teammates to recover here as the Zephyrs now regroup and put one off the side of the net. Here comes Nicollet. Nicollet has Kurth near side. Kurth flips one out, has Ulchel. Ulchel gets in, dumps that. Just enough on that to ice and come back. Got to carry that one just a bit further and avoid that ice, kill some more time here, but we got 8:29 left in a scoreless second. Clavin will take this draw, still with Ulchel and Kurth on either side. Prentice and Nicollet defending. Ulchel gets across the red line, dumps that in, gets behind the net, and the chase is on as Clavin gets a little piece of the body there. That one comes up high. Kurth dumps that back to Clavin. Clavin regroups. And here come the Zephyrs. That gets waved off as Prentice regroups for a rolling puck. Heavy forecheck pressure there creates just enough disruption as Ulchel punches one out to neutral ice. Forecheck pressure coming the other way as Brown overruns just a bit. And here come the Zephyrs. Brown now breaks in along with Nicollet on the near side. Kanan gets involved. That gets out of zone. Regroup here for the Zephyrs. They play it up the far side, and they've got room. And a skater temporarily, but Brown comes back in. And now Kanan has it. Kanan with speed tries to dangle through. Does find it back on the blade of his stick, trying to find some room. Brown turns, deals. That goes wide right. Bodied in there by Homstall. Now Brown coming in. That's Kanan coming in to get a piece. Jeffers breaks it up at the red line, punches one into Kanan. Kanan over to Homstall. That comes in hard off the shoulder. and a leaking skater out front as we lose the skater here. And that finally goes left, right, and 5-hole. As we lose, they've been skating. They've got a smaller forward that's got good hands and good skill, and they leak him out. We missed him a couple times, and it finally burned us down 1 here with, let's see, we're at the 8:22 mark. All right, Jeffers and Wilson are your defenders. Out in front of Buell, Homstall, Kanan, and Brown are your forwards. Near side now as Brown looks to put a little pressure on. Back to Jeffers. Jeffers back to Brown. Brown tries to scoot one free to Kanan. Kanan gets pinched off as the Zephyrs regroup. Wilson gets a piece of action there. Brown to Jeffers. Jeffers trying to find some space. That's closed on by the Zephyrs. Brown gets a little check on the near side as Wilson now plays it back to Brown. Brown punches it out and has Kanan. Kanan has space and speed, looking to get up the far side. Near side now, and another nice save there as Homstall broke on a pass from Kanan. They've had a couple of those scoring opportunities. We could have put 2 of those away. Good goalie play so far by the Zephyrs. Holds us scoreless and down 1 here as we are at the 5:40 mark. 5:40 left here in the second. Well, that goalie was very good, so maybe we'll find some magic here on goalie number 2. Prentice plays one up off the boards as Hasselfeld skates one along the boards, looking for some space. Can't find it. It gets played out. The Zephyrs, nice little breakout pass to their center. Scoots that through. Gets another piece of it. Stick lift comes in. It was a stick, wasn't it? Did he catch his... All right, Zephyrs with the first power play as the Trojans will go down a player here for a couple minutes with 5:18 left in the second. You got a stick. It was a stick lift. Can you aggressively stick lift and get a slash? But he called a hook or a trip. All right, Mead, Hasselfeld, and along with Jeffers and Nicollet, we'll try to kill this one. Nicollet to Hasselfeld. Heavy pressure there by Mead out top as Hasselfeld tries to skate it free. That he just overruns that one. Finally, Nicollet regroups and dumps that one in. Stays in zone. Mahtomedi dumps that through. Jukes a player and actually gets a nice shot on goal. Saved by Buell. Now Hasselfeld with room. Has Mead near side. Mead going to lean up the far side. Works his way through. He looks 5-hole. Another nice save there as that is finally gloved by Mahtomedi. Well, he sprawled and covered the 5-hole there with just a covering glove there, I think, got that. What's that? What was it? Who took the shot? It should be by number, shouldn't it?
I can't get it. I'll just give it to whoever.
Okay.
I can't get it.
Up top there, Clavin getting a defensive shift in. Kurth now on the far side. 42 seconds remain here in the power play. That gets tied up nicely by Altschul on the far side. We're killing seconds here. Now, Kurth gets involved. That gets dumped in as the forwards were trying to regroup and find their way back in. LaRose will come in and take this draw. Kurth will remain. Wilson and Clavin are your defenders. That gets hung up on the blue line, dumped back in by LaRose. Here comes the Zephyrs. 3:36 left in the second, 17 seconds in the power play as Wilson gets a puck buried up top. Kurth turns, fires. That goes off the skate of, nice little dump there, off the skate of the Zephyrs. Gets the Trojans in time for a change, and we're even strength. That misses wide right. Prentice now looking for Homstall near side. Closed on by the Zephyrs. Prentice will try this side. Brown there on it. Brown misses that one, and the Zephyrs hang on to it. Now Brown trying to find some room out the middle. That gets turned around. Wilson then chops one through, knocked down by Homstall, rejected by the Zephyrs again. They're holding this zone aggressively. Now Brown with some space, looking for Homstall. That gets turned around as Clavin breaks and tries to get a piece of it, and back to the Zephyrs temporarily as now Brown retreats. Brown tries to skate it through, has a little bit of space. He gets back checked and turned over to the Zephyrs. Prentice now working his way around. That gets through, past Brown, and back to neutral ice here. Now Brown breaks on it. Brown drives up the hard, up the right side. He's going to chase that into the corner. Tied up as he gets a little help from Kanan. Kanan flips that around, and Nicollet will play it on the far boards. Nicollet trying to skate that one in. Gets hung up. As Jeffers chops that back in. Boys stay on sides. Kanan tries to dangle one through. Picked off by the Zephyrs. And here comes Hasselfeld. 2-on-2 situation as Hasselfeld will lean one in on the right side. Loses his edge temporarily. Tries to get it back. Had Kanan trailing as Nicollet punches that back in. Nicollet back to the Zephyrs. Has Jeffers far side. Nicollet tries to skate one out. And here comes Jeffers. Has Kanan. Kanan dangles his way through, finds one looking short side, pumps one up against the net there and doesn't quite get it. Good heavy check there by Wilson, slows that progress down. Mead breaks in, but back to the Zephyrs. Jeffers on the puck, near side. Hard pass there from LaRose, gets past Mead. Mead breaks on it, right underneath us here. Zephyrs come out with it. Into zone, dump it, chase it into the corner, near side. Mead looking for LaRose. That does find its way out of zone. As Mead now gets a piece of it to LaRose, and that is the end of the first. Plenty of scoring opportunities. Trojans just can't quite find the back of the net. And one breakaway opportunity for the Zephyrs as the only score of that particular period. And the Zephyrs are up 1-0 here as we enter the third. Are we done now till Sioux Falls, game-wise? We are heading to a tournament next weekend. So this will be the last game until, I suppose, a week from today in Sioux Falls. And we will be broadcasting pending cell coverage or arena internet connectivity where we failed in Fergus, but we think... Is that the main one? All right, Clavin in on the draw. He's got Kurth and Ulchel on either side. Nicollet and Prentice are your defenders, and an early save there for Mr. Buell in net as Kurth turns and tries to get one out, and that gets deflected out. Nicollet then breaks. Works on one. That gets dumped in by the Zephyrs. Prentice now going to try that near side again. Deflected up by Kurth and into neutral ice. Ulchel with the forecheck pressure on, and that gets chucked out. Nicollet then plays one, gets past Kurth on the far boards, and the Zephyrs dump one in again. Prentice tries one. Kurth slows up progress, has Clavin nicely up in the middle through neutral ice. Clavin tries to scoot one by, doesn't quite have enough on it, gets high up on the boards and out to neutral ice. Brown intercepts and dangles his way up the far side. Brown returns, finds a breaking Homstall, a bouncing puck. That goes wide. Back behind the neck and pinned up there by Homstall. The Zephyrs skate free with it. Brown breaks on that, but not enough on it as the Zephyrs carry on, and they end up offsides. .13:43 left here as Kanan takes this draw. He wins that back to Wilson. He chops that forward looking for Homstall, and that gets turned around by the Zephyr defender. Wilson to Homstall. Hard deflector there as Brown rips one forward, and that splits defenders between Homstall and Kanan. Homstall breaks on it, has a little help in Kanan back. Nice little recovery there by that defender. He's had a 2-on-1 chance as Kanan tries to dangle near side, gets picked off and broken up. Jeffers holds up just in time as Kanan and Homstall get back on sides, and the forecheck pressure coming. Jeffers turns, breaks, and he's at least holding things up on the blue line, and the Zephyrs finally skate free with it. Prentice on it. Bouncing puck comes through as Buell gets a save. Trojans come in, they fire. Puck on the crease. Jeffers exits it far side. The defender comes in, skates, and Kanan saucer pass to the stick of Homstall. Has Brown far side. Brown dangles in hard, bouncing pass or shot off the pad there with a scoring chance. Zephyrs have stood up to every good offensive option we've had so far from a goalie perspective, and there's been a few. Meade now trying to dangle his way in. He is outmanned there 4-1, but finally has help here as Hasselfeld breaks in, and LaRose with him. Nicollet and Prentice are on it. Prentice now with it, near side, chucks that in. Here comes the chase. Hasselfeld might be first to it, and is. Overruns it a little bit. LaRose near side, turns, dangles, and covered. Little backhand opportunity, and it is blocked and covered by the Mahtomedi goalie. 11:36 left here in the third. Zephyrs hanging on to a 1-goal lead. Meade breaks, turns, Hasselfeld on it. Meade did punch that one forward. Nice little break on it by Max Hasselfeld. He gets a little backhander in, and that is covered and saved by the Mahtomedi goalie. Meade on this one again, however, the Zephyrs have it. and they've got a breakout of their own up the far side. Nicollet overruns that one, looking to poke check away, and they skate through it. Hasselfeld turns, pushes that one to the blue line, but not out as Mead leans on him. That one flips up, and Prentice has it near side. Prentice has room, and he's going to skate this up. Dangles up the left side. Ooh, gets hung up on the near boards, and numbers coming back the other way, at least temporarily, for the Zephyrs. That shot goes wide right for the Zephyrs. LaRose chops at one. Mead trying to push it out with him. Wilson gets involved. Zephyrs dump that back in. Prentice first to play it. Plays that back up as they overrun it. Now Wilson has space. Wilson can skate at least part of this out. Gets cut off by a Zephyr, but does dump that in, and it's going to end up deep in the zone. Some change here coming as Kurth, Altschul are in. Clavin is your center. Wilson and Jeffers will remain at D. Nice little pass up. Has Clavin near side. Clavin rips one in. That is gloved in, covered. 10 minutes left here in the first. Shot on goal is a little snapper from the near side wing for Clavin. Ten minutes left here. Clavin will take this draw. Finds its way back, but Mahtomedi breaks on it. They punch that in. Jeffers first one to it. Kurth near side carries that one to neutral ice. Overplays it as Clavin comes in, and he runs past that one. A little bit of a scrum on the far side. That puck gets dumped in as Wayzata's offsides. Clavin, Kurth, and Altschul will remain in. Clavin pushes himself and the puck through. Kurth breaks on it and gets poke checked away, and the Zephyrs are going the other direction with it here. A bunch of skaters hit the ice out front here. You got an injured Zephyr that's going to skate himself off the ice and keep the action going as Nicollet has Kurth just off the edge of Kurth's stick, and that turns around for the Zephyrs. Prentice looking for Altschul, and a bad bounce off the wall there as the Zephyr defender skates through across the point and eventually dumps one back behind the net. Running out of time here as we got just inside 9 minutes, and the Zephyrs push one up into the net. Kanan, Brown, and Homstall, your forwards. Kanan tried to get a piece of that one and push its way out. Wilson and Jeffers are back. And off the pipe there as a deep turnover and a shot off the corner comes through. And now Brown has a little breakaway here. Leans hard up the left side. Gets that poke checked away. Nice shutdown there by Mahtomedi. They turn this thing back around. Jeffers first to it, back behind the net. He looks for Brown. Brown looks for Clavin, and that ends up back into the Zephyrs. And now Homstall has it near side. He's going to lean this one through left side. They're shutting those breakouts down. Homstall looking for the far deep side, and those are getting punched away. He and Brown have both fallen. Turn those over as we're trying to get through. Wilson recovers. Has Hasselfeld. Hasselfeld to Jeffers. To Nicollet. To Kanan. Kanan trying to find a little space. Nothing doing. Deep corner, though. Hangs on to it. finds a little room, has Nicollet out top. Nicollet turns, fires, and a deflection there off Hasselfeld, and it finally scores. Near side is Homstall from Nicollet, or somebody. Okay, I thought maybe we almost tipped that one. Okay, Homstall from Nicollet, and we are tied 1-1 with 7:22 left. Mead, LaRose, and Hasselfeld in. Mead wins that draw. Prentice has room. Does skate that in himself. Drives it deep nicely. Has a centering pass to Mead. Overruns that. And the Zephyrs now have a little bit of space far side, and they work their way up. That gets played off. And a good back check there by LaRose. Shuts that down. Hasselfeld looking for LaRose. Back to neutral ice. Prentice now has it back behind the net. Hasselfeld far side. And Mead breaks away with it. Tries to dangle one through the skates. Draws some body pressure there. Shut down by the Zephyrs. Picked off by Kurth. Kurth holds up at the blue line there, dumps it into the corner. Is going to chase it in himself. Gets up along the back boards. Continues to draw some pressure. Good physical play there by Kurth into the corner as the Zephyrs try to break it out back behind their own net. We're going to try the near side again. Wilson on it. And that gets poked away. Jeffers, however, breaks. Good body pressure there as Jeffers pressures out front, and now room. Here comes Wilson. Wilson gets taken down, and we will have a tripping opportunity. You still have the puck, right?
Yeah.
So an early whistle there on a breakaway. Shuts down a breakaway opportunity, but the Trojans get a 2-minute power play here with 5:49 left. Keenan, Homstall, Brown are your forwards. Jeffers and Wilson on it. Back from Brown to Wilson. Wilson flips one in, deflected up over the top by Keenan. Nicely goes up high. Keenan regroups, has control, plays it to Brown. Brown back to Keenan, trying to create a little bit of space. Brown scoots that in. He flips one near side and saved by the Zephyrs. 5:30 left here in the first, 1:41 left in the power play. Keenan over to Jeffers. Jeffers whiffs on it. Wilson, however, comes in and deflected by Homstall.
He doesn't get his feet right. Told him 300 times.
Kane into Homstall. Back to Jeffers. Dumps it in to Homstall. Homstall just working his way around. Comes all the way around and is saved there by the Zephyrs. Homstall still controls. Wilson breaks on it. Zephyrs now with control and a little bit of space. Not for long. Jeffers recovers at the red line. Kanan tries to turn, and the Zephyrs now have a little bit of space as they work their way out. Wilson to Jeffers to Brown to Homstall. Homstall with a little room tries to push one through, turned around by the Zephyrs. Brown overskates that one here as Jeffers breaks that one up. Jeffers has space. Tries to lean in. Might have got away with one there. 33 seconds left in the power play. As Hasselfeld now has it with space up the far side. Dangling in. Hard turn right. Trying to find his way out. Trying to get that out. Can't quite. And here come the Zephyrs the other direction. Body there. Shuts down the Zephyr forward, and now we've got a breakout here with LaRose. LaRose works his way across the blue line. That got chipped in. 340, hard shot across as Nicollet has a chance on the far board, waits for that one, and now we got 2-on-1 back the other direction. Nicollet's going to recover to help out here, and a centering pass waited on nicely there by the Zephyrs gets into dangerous territory. And Hasselfeld working in the middle to try to get this thing out. Off the skates of Prentice. Zephyrs controlling here. Got to find a way to get out of this. Little give and go opportunity there. Centering pass. Nice little break up there. Here comes Kurth. Kurth across the blue line. Does get it to Ulchel. 2:46 left here. Wilson will now break on it. And that goes wide left. Scoring opportunity there for Mahtomedi. Held up as now Wilson tries to skate one out. Ulchel breaks that one up. Has space, near side. Nice little pass up to Clayman and a hard shot off the top. All kinds of bodies out in front of the net with 2:10 left as a wrister from Clavin finds a home in the center of that goalie, but he gives up a nice little rebound there and a couple chops at it. Don't find the back of the net. We remain 1-1 here with 2:10 left. Kanan, Brown, and Homstall are your forwards. Jeffers and Wilson back on D. Kanan wins it to Homstall. Gets bodied off that puck. Jeffers breaks and holds that at the blue line. Kanan on it. Homstall there. Brown trying to get a piece of it. That comes all the way across. Jeffers has room on the near side. He chops that forward. Kanan gets it into zone. A little bit of skate work there, trying to work its way through. Brown then turns, dials, and dumps it into Homstall. Homstall centers. Nobody there, but Wilson finally breaks on it. Jeffers has a little room. Backhander there. Homstall on the doorstep. Turns, misses, and scores! Homstall with the day. Finds a shot that just barely misses. Picks up his own rebound and scores.
We're giving Ari an assist. Just because.
Homstall from Jeffers and a 2-1 lead with 1:26 left here for the Trojans. Kanan will take this draw, flanked by Brown and Homstall still. Won by the Trojans. Homstall tries to get a piece of it. Brown recovers, and he dumps that in. Kanan along with Nicollet on the far side to try to stop this breakout. Nicollet does. Working his way across. Backhander in. And that is deposited out by the Zephyrs. Zephyrs now with speed and space on the far side. Off the glove there of Buell. That gets broken and stopped there by Mahtomedi. 46 seconds left and offsides here. 2-1 lead for the Trojans. Have a day, Carson Homstall. Meade breaks out with that one, but the Zephyrs turn it around. Hasselfeld looking for a little bit of pressure. That one goes high up and off the boards. Boys need just a couple of clears here. Try to work this way out. The net is empty for the Zephyrs as they're going to put a little extra pressure on the offensive zone here. They turn, dial, deal one in. Puck up top and a high stick. 21 seconds left in an empty net. Jeffers and Wilson come in. Wilson willing to hold things up into the corner. The Zephyrs skate free with it. LaRoe is now with a piece. Comes up top. 6 seconds left. 4 and 3. That gets chopped out. And that is it. Trojans find a win, coming up with two Carson Homestead goals in the third and a 2-1 win for the Trojans. Needed that one. It was a very good top 5 team in the state, and a nice little bounce back win here for the Trojans. And we will see you next week. Internet provided in Sioux Falls. Thanks. Provided in Sioux Falls.